Welcome back to the Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Armani.
I'm John.
And I am Danny. And unfortunately, we are missing our baby Kavion again today. But the episode we have planned must go on. So we're talking about the main character syndrome, which I think is ironic considering the three of us.
Main characters?
Yeah, main characters. We thought we were important enough to be on a podcast. So let's preach to the masses about being the main character. We see it in social media, just drawing attention. You're an artist and performer. I do performance and modeling. You do modeling too. Let's tell these people about being a main character, okay?
I don't think that it's a personality trait.
It's a mental thing.
It's honestly a lifestyle. It's the way you live, the way you are, the things that you're able to do, your capabilities is what
comes
makes
down to
you.
a mental thing.
Yes,
Sure.
it's what makes you the main character, and it's also
How
not.
you carry yourself.
Yeah, and it's also just not a bad thing to just feel like a main character. Like you're not anybody else but yourself. Why wouldn't you want to feel like the
This
main
is my
character
world.
in your
You live
own
in my
story, in your
world.
own life? You know.
Yes. And especially you have the face card of the group. I look in the comments on all of our promos and messages talking about Armani's face. Armani got face. How, I know it feels like a lot to always have people looking at you, but like, how do you receive it and kind of deal with that?
I mean, I feel like it's like love. Like, I do appreciate it. I'm not going to lie and say, like, I haven't always. It's good genes, really. Thank you, my mom, my dad, for both of them. But no, I take it as like always like a compliment. It's like one of those things like when you smell good. Like I'm used to that compliment. I like to hear
Me
like.
too. Love sounding good. That's the thing.
I like
You
to
gotta
hear like
smell
other
good.
stuff like, oh, you smell good, or you have a really good personality, or I love talking to you. That's one of my favorites. Like, or no, my all-time favorite is when someone tells me like, oh, I love that I can feel comfortable around you and talk to you about anything.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is just confidence and kind of building yourself there, because like I'm like on kind of the same path. I wanted to do a lot of entertainment things, so it took a long time for me to being this like shy little like even high school post like high school like into my adult life like kid into like growing into someone that would like go do like nude modeling.
Is there like certain things that you would like tell yourself? I have certain things that I'll tell myself.
I think for one, I was actually talking about this. It was about building confidence. It was the fact that, like, it doesn't matter what I think about myself. I know how people are reacting to me. And that's, like, it. And that's also what's going to make me my money. So, I think it's a roundabout way to confidence. But, is there something that, like, you've told yourself in the past with, like, your music to help build your confidence to kind of, like, put yourself out there?
Well, no, the music. I started making music after music. I started making music after I've gained all of the confidence that I needed. So before, when I didn't have the confidence, I faked it like I did have the confidence until and I feel like that's a rare case. I feel like that's a rare case. Like you can fake it till you make it, but that rarely works out. For me, it worked out. I pretended to be confident. I pretended to not care what people had to say about me when really I definitely cared. Like I definitely cared. Until I genuinely didn't. And now here we are. I'm making music and I'm doing what I want to do. So it worked out for me.
I learned in high school, it was in high school band actually. They would always talk about fake it till you make it. And they're like, and it actually changed the way I think about stuff. And it's just words, it's just semantics thing. But they were like, don't fake it until you make it, fake it until you become it. And like doing that in my head really, really helped. Like I'd been modeling since I was 18 and it took until I was about 24, 25 to like actually get to that point where I was like, okay, I can do this and I do this. But I like faked it until like now it's here. Like I can say that I model and everything. And I also think for people like us, making it into like kind of a career and like making it into our lives, because you were saying it's a lifestyle, it's very important to kind of not only keep your head on a swivel, but like keep grounded and like, like not the whole performance of it all. You still have to keep yourself, because you also see on social media all the time people losing their minds and losing touch with reality and that stuff.
But I don't think that plays a part with main character syndrome. I think that just has to do with the trauma going on in that person's life. Like and since they have this main character syndrome, it bleeds into that and just makes it 10 times worse. Like for everyone to see, you're having a mental breakdown for everybody to see, and it's just like it doesn't look right. But I don't think that main character syndrome is a means to go like crazy. If you really have it, like if it's really in you and not on you, then you know that you know deep down in your heart that you're still humble, you're still
Yeah, but some
a
people
kind
aren't
person,
strong-minded
you're still
like
a nice
that. And with the
person.
heavy influence of like others or social media, I feel like they'll want to portray like this person.
Oh, speaking of, perfect. Is there anyone in your guys' life that you've really looked up to, like, as that person that kind of has main character syndrome, but made you feel comfortable in not only being yourself, but expressing that to other people?
Shout out to my friend TJ. That is exactly who I was about to say. It's not he's not necessarily this crazy big A-list celebrity or anybody, but he has been the one person that's been there for almost 10 years in my life. Mind you, I'm 21, so I'm young. That's a long time for me. That's damn near half my life.
For me.
Yeah, for me. I don't know about y'all. You know, fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know about y'all, but yeah, like shout out to TJ. He's never made me feel like that I need to dumb things down or get things dumbed down for me, or I need to, pretend to be somebody that I'm not, or fake vibes with anybody. That's who I really learned that from. Faking vibes, like, that's not the way to go. Don't fake vibes with no bitch, because then you gonna be in a friendship full of people that are not real friends with you, as long as you keep it real. I've always felt like TJ's, shout out to you, TJ.
What about you?
I'd say honestly, my family, like my mom, my sisters, I learned throughout them. Like they're real strong, dominant people. A lot of my people, in my family are like my dad. I've learned throughout all of my like older siblings, great grandparents, grandparents, great aunts, uncles. I've learned through all of them like to
I
like
love
really
that.
be myself, dominant. Because even when I came out, like they were all like really very welcoming. I never had like an issue with anybody in my family for like coming out. They've all been really welcoming. So I think that kind of played part into me just being really confident and comfy with myself, but also just always taking like a mental note. I used to always tell myself, like, even in school, like, I'm never going to see these people again.
Nice.
I'm a realistic person. Like, I see what happened with my siblings and my parents. Like, they're long out of school. They don't talk to really not that many people they went to school with. So I always would tell myself, I'm never going to see these people again. These people are not paying my bills. I don't give a fuck about them. Like, that's how I always thought about it.
I think for me, I have like, it's like my friends, but like 3 friends in particular. I'll shout out Steven, Ben, and Maxime. I'll go on Steven especially because
I love Steven. Shout out to you, Steven, for
hello,
real.
Steven.
You ate
Hi,
that.
babe. I mean, anytime that, like, especially when we first off became friends, he was like, basically telling me who I am, like being like, don't ever think this because you're this, you're that bitch, you're this and that, blah blah blah. Like literally, like picked me up off of the ground. And I remember one day I was at his house complaining, and we were drinking as always. And like we finished the bottle, and he took me outside. He was like, "Come here, walk outside with me." And I was like, "Okay." And I'm like sitting like, I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Throw the bottle into the woods and scream, 'I'm Danny, and I'm that fucking bitch.'" And like I was like, no, it's like the middle of the night. He was like, fucking do it.
That's literally, he's literally setting you up for that main character syndrome. Like, he's literally setting you up perfectly for it. Shout out to you again, Steven, for real. You might not remember me.
I'm screaming.
You might not remember me, but shout out to you.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even just, like, the last, like, couple years of us being friends have helped miles with, like, my, like, career and wanting to get into, like, even stuff like this. Because it's, like, he's the one that, like, I'll be like, wait, I don't want to be mean, or I don't want to say this. And he's like, bitch, if you don't say it.
Yeah.
You know? And also on the other end, it's almost like spirituality, too, because creatively, I think our ideas don't come from us. So it's kind of rude for me to not write down what I, am thinking about or say the joke that I want to say because I didn't think about that shit. That just, like, came through me. And I'm when I'm, like, comfortable and confident, I'm in this flow state where, like, I'm the funniest bitch on the block. And nobody can stop me,
I feel it.
I think, like, just generally, main character syndrome comes from a place of watching a lot of TV.
That too. And I feel like it's like how you grow up, where you grow up, like who you're around.
Exactly. Like, especially depending on what kind of people you like when you're watching said TV show or said movie. So like you said earlier, I was about to say, like you said earlier, Regina George,
Sharpay Evans,
yeah,
Allison DeLaurentis. I grew up
Ashley Tisdale,
loving, like, the Mean Girls and the people who carry themselves like they're that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I like that.
I want that.
I need that.
Yeah, I'm that.
I do carry myself like a rich white like girl in her 20s, late teens, early 20s. I am out there. If I had a little dog in my bag,
I need that.
There's like when I wear my like tank top and my shorts, especially to like work. I'm like, I look like I do Pilates. Like, I'm not gonna worry about shit today. Like,
Yeah.
Are there any stories you guys have where you guys felt like you were the main character, bad or good?
Yes. So, that ain't good for real.
Okay.
Why you playing? So when I was younger, I was real misbehaved. Like elementary school to middle school, I was real misbehaved.
I had a
Like,
mouth.
bad. Grades was good, but my behavior was terrible. I'm talking principal's office every day.
I bet.
Didn't miss a day. It was in Sterling Heights.
Oh, I went to Sterling Heights High School for 9th grade.
See, that's so crazy. That's so crazy.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I went to Jeanette. I was like 1 out of 10 black kids there, and at the time I was growing out my dreads. I was growing out my dreads, but they was little and they was small and they was sticking up everywhere. And I used to always dye my hair so they was orange, like bright orange with hints of green and blue. I swear, I don't know what I was going through. I don't know. I had so many colors in my head.
Figuring yourself
but
out.
people started calling me Cheeto, and some black kids tried to make me feel like they're bullying you, like they're being racist, they're bullying you. I said, bitch, no, they're not. I'm that bitch. When you see me in the hallway, everybody in this school knows exactly who I am now, just because my hair is a bright orange color. So yes. And if anybody, I was never bullied. In my opinion, I was never bullied. Nobody ever was dumb enough to even mess with me because I was crazy. Like I was bad. I was bad. I was the first fight that school has had there in 14 years. So I didn't care. Like I did not care. But yes, that's what made me feel like I was the main character when I was surrounded by people who were not my skin color, thinking that they could bully me, and they couldn't.
Yeah. I actually had I wasn't bad, but I had a similar experience where like in the school I went to, I was one of a few black kids, and like I was also 6 feet tall. The entire time I was the tallest person there. I was like a drum major. I did like all the extracurriculars after school. I made a bunch of clubs. Like there was no gay kids there. So it was like even if they did not want me to be popular, I was going to be popular. And I also didn't get bullied, but I bullied all the popular kids in school. So if popular kids from high school are watching this, I'm really sorry. And I looked at your Instagrams, and I know you still live there, and your life is sad, and I shouldn't have bullied you. But that's kind of where that came from, because like I just walked into school, everyone already knew me, and my mom worked there too. So even the people that would have bullied me knew my mom. Yeah. So I got protected from the bullies, like everything.
I feel it. Same here. Like
I've
always been like cool with like everybody. The jock, like I've been cool with like everybody. Like, and I had older siblings, of course. So once they see me, they're like, oh, that's Monty, that's so and so's little brother or whatever. Or even like, again, I was really well known. You walked out, I walked in, you know who I was. Exactly. Even if I didn't know who you were, like I'd have my siblings come up to me and be like, oh, I didn't know you know this person. I'm like, who?
Bro, I swear that was me. Because my sister went to that school too. My sister went, but she was already living out there. Like she was already living out there. She was already going to those types of schools. So like that's just like her thing. But when I started going there and they realized that I was her brother, because everybody knew Zaria, she was a cheerleader. So I say Zaria. That's my sister, by the way. Her name is Zaria. Yeah, she was a cheerleader, so people knew her. And when I came to the school, it turned into a thing like, where's your brother?
It's like a bloodline thing.
Yeah, like a bloodline thing. Like
that's how it was for me. And then everybody, like my mom cussed out every principal, every school we've been at, and like really took it there. The principal already knew. We were not the ones to mess with the Linville. No.
That's crazy, because my mom was never on my side. She was never on my side, because I was so bad. Like I genuinely was so misbehaved. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
The fact that you said misbehaved.
Yes. I'm so serious.
You were getting reprimanded.
It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. My behavior was so bad, but it wasn't even like I was trying to be bad. Like I wasn't necessarily even a class clown, because during class, like I was cool. But in the in-between time, lunchtime,
I was a big class clown.
Free time, whatever the time was to do whatever we wanted to do, I was doing whatever I wanted to do. And I was getting in
How many
trouble
times
for
you guys
it.
skip school?
I never skipped school. That's the crazy part. So misbehaved, never skipped school.
Senior year, you couldn't get me inside of that school.
Fourth hour was a senior project, and I was there twice the whole time.
Oh my god!
The senior project I did in 2 days that I was there,
Speaking
and I got an A.
Speaking of being difficult,
Sorry, Mom.
if you guys were like, we can either do like a genre of movie or TV, or like a character from TV or media, even a social media character like an influencer or something. Who would you be? One of the main characters.
Like, wait, is it like you said a social media character too, or just anybody?
I think you can do that too.
I mean, the first three I named earlier: Regina, George, Allison De Laurentiis, and Sharpie Evans. Because
for me,
I love the Mean Girls. I love the Mean Girls. Like,
I do love
bad
the Mean
people,
Girls.
the bad guys in all the movies. I'm obsessed with all that.
We love the bad guys
Yeah.
because the bad guys are not bad.
They have
guys
the baddest shit
for no reason. There's never a just hey, I'm just being a bitch for fun like reason. Like, no.
They have a plan.
It's a
and they tell you
reason
the plan.
why.
This is why I'm doing this, that, and the third, and why you gotta go.
Mine's an old people answer. I don't think you'll get this one, but Dion from Clueless.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Clueless?
Yeah.
You remember Dion?
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I love her. And okay, good. I'm just saying.
I watched Clueless. I just don't know who Dion is.
Dion was the black girl. That was
her friend.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The one that
black and white.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
My bestie played her.
The one that
That's
was on her
sad
man.
that I didn't know. My bestie literally dressed up as her as Halloween when I was Cher.
And it's
I
like,
didn't know.
part of me feels like I'm Cher too, but like Dion was just so that,
Dion.
just that. Like I'm like, yeah, maybe I'd be Cher, but Dion for sure.
Yeah.
And if I was in, I would be Gretchen Wiener probably, or Katie.
Maybe.
I feel like it. I just feel like it. Like,
Caddy Heron.
right? Because I also don't feel
I
like
think that's in the back of the building.
I could be a Regina George, but I don't feel like doing that much work. She was really out there plotting and scheming. I plot and scheme on
But
accident.
Janice and Katie were too. They were scheming hard on her.
And Janice and Katie is
Janice is my
basically-
favorite person from the movie. She's so funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Regina
so
George
for-
is scum-sucking ruined horse. She ruined my
and
life.
that's how Regina George died. Now,
No, just kidding. What about
but
you, bitch?
my main character will be literally brought her up last week is Raven Simone when she was like on That's So Raven. Like, I feel like there is nobody, I don't care, not even Zendaya, no shade because she's that girl too, but not nobody on Disney Channel that like executed like such a crazy and entertaining personality the way that she did on That's So Raven, especially when they was making her dress up in disguises and do all of this other crazy stuff, like being these wacky characters. Like, that's literally me. That's literally me. That's literally me.
Would you guys? Okay, not would you guys? Because I know. Look at you,
That's what they used to do in the movies.
Zoolander. Oh god, have y'all watched Zoolander?
I didn't.
I think I did. Is that the
It's the
movie?
It's
one
with
with the
Kevin
models.
James, right?
Oh, with the
Is
models.
Kevin James in there?
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to look it up. But like, they're all the models. They all die in the gas station explosion at the front, and he like,
Oh.
it's okay. We'll watch that.
Bro,
too.
I was thinking about Paul Blart.
Yeah.
I must be
I
completely
think that's
wrong.
probably what I was thinking of.
I was thinking
That's
about Paul
right.
Blart.
What was I gonna say? I was
I
gonna
thought
ask
he
y'all
wasn't
another
Zoolander
question.
too.
If y'all were to be, because I know the answer is yes to if we're be on like a reality TV show, which ones would you be on? Like, what kind of genre would you be on if you were to be in one?
I think it will probably be not necessarily an actual game show like Family Feud or anything, but like rap shit. Have y'all seen that? It's called Rap Shit. It's on Netflix. It's
Yeah.
basically a rap contest show. I feel like I would be on like a musical contest, game show, reality show. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
I would probably be. That's what I would.
I see that for you one day.
Yeah.
That's not even I would. You're going to.
I think I would be on like a judge for America's Got Talent because I just love to see like talented individuals and just like judge. I'm like, no, yes, you, no. Gold buzzer. Also, I think the Kardashians. I say that,
see
but
you as
like
a
I
Kardashians
love like being
girl.
real private though. Like I love my private life, so I don't know.
And ain't nothing private about the Kardashians.
I
About
know.
Keeping up,
Well, you can. They only film for a certain amount of months. That's why I'm like, And like they're not there 24/7 like every day, all day. I would like of course could come out, but yeah, I don't think anything else.
I would want to be on a Housewives franchise so bad. I want to do that in my life actually, because they also all have their own things. They get to go do their own shit.
Or like have you seen Too Hot to Handle?
Oh, I was supposed to start watching that.
You never watched it?
Mm-mm.
I thought we was gonna be here.
After I watched,
I know we were going to.
I thought,
but I forgot.
After I watched.
what about
The
like
Circle,
any show like that? Like Are You the One or
Are you the one? Yeah.
Love Is Blind?
Of course.
I've
yeah.
seen like all those. I would
Yeah.
never go on Love Is Blind, but
I would never. You can't. I can't play like
I'm-
that. I'm not. Playing
I'll
like
never
that.
be able
I'm
to
not
go
playing.
on the love.
I'm
like,
a very,
they
very,
gonna have to
like
very,
the dating
long.
shows.
very,
I wouldn't be able to go on a
very
dating
physical
show.
person. I
It-
cannot.
It would go from a dating show to baddies, just like that. If somebody tries to take what I want, what I got going on, whoever I'm trying to like
You
pursue
don't need
in
to
the
call
show,
the Navy on my ass.
like it's gonna be a problem.
I
It's
just
gonna be
can't. But the
baddies.
sound of your
Speaking of
voice
main
and us talking, I have
characters.
to see what you look like. Like, again, I'm very, very physical. Like,
What if you
have to
get there
be-
and no one's fine?
Bye.
What if? So
Vote
wait,
yourself
would you
out.
ever
I'm
go?
out.
So you would like y'all would go on blind dates,
No,
What?
like blind dates, like completely blind. Don't
No,
know.
I've
what
never
to do.
have
No,
and
that
never
person's
will.
gonna kill me.
I will walk out in the middle of them talking.
Yeah,
I would. I think that'd be fun.
I mean, I feel like you would have to go on 30 million blind dates before you find a cute one. because
Yeah,
if
but
you're going on a
I think
blind
going
date-
on a blind date doesn't necessarily mean going to find the one blindly. I think going on a blind date is just simply having fun with
I don't
somebody
even wanna
that
waste
you
the
don't
time.
who you don't know what they look like.
And
until
I
you
have
meet
to
them.
know what you look like.
I'm so sorry because I'm not the type of person. If actually,
I'm so sorry. I just
this is
do.
so bad, but if I'm really not enjoying the date that bad, I'm not even gonna stay for you to pay for my meal. I will literally pay for whatever I pay, like got myself,
Just so
and
you can
go.
get out of there.
Just so I can get the fuck out of there.
No, I literally
Like,
told
I-
them like in the middle, like I'm so sorry. Someone's in the hospital. I got to go. This is so unexpected.
Waiter, can I get my half of the bill, please?
I have to call.
My-
Sorry. I'd be like, this is a nice time. Like we can do this again, and then block them. Have you ever been on a stakeout? So
No,
Okay.
I've never done a stakeout.
been on a stakeout.
I wish I could share. We'll share the story off camera.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't. It hasn't been enough years.
I've been on. I've been on many stakeouts. One of my own, or one of them was just my own, but most of them are always for my friends. And I literally have binoculars, and always like, I need you. I'm on my way.
ASMR.
No, my
episode.
stalking skills.
Cause I'm a detective. I'm
superb.
FBI. Like I'm
FBI.
good.
I don't know why they haven't hired us yet.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
I agree with that because I find stuff out as if like the main character should. Like I find stuff out without really even having to try. It's kind of easy. Like people don't really make it hard for you to just
Because it's
figure
a
stuff
psychology
out.
game too, a mental and psychology game.
Mhm.
Play with them.
Like, okay, I literally tell people, I'm like, you can't hide something from me because the Lord will literally bring it to me in a dream.
I
Whether it's
am
a
God's
dream, whether it's a
favorite.
billboard I'm driving past on the freeway,
Mhm.
or it's a song that
He's
just
gonna
so
show it to
happens to
me.
play right after I just got done talking about you. Yeah, like
Or I just get a feeling and I start making shit up in my head, and then that shit turns out to be right.
or they just snitch on themselves.
Hey,
They just snitch on themselves.
My God don't play by me. Thank you, Lord. Swear to God.
I don't know. I'm strict though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very.
That's
strict.
those
Like
eyes.
like in y'all
I
relationships,
don't play.
like in relationships, y'all strict.
Yeah.
I'm strict in general.
I'm
Yeah.
not strict at all.
I am strict in general.
I'm very like possessive.
I feel like that's okay.
Not
Within
obsessive,
reason.
but possessive.
I feel like that's okay.
Like when I'm
within
with you, I
reason.
want all your attention, but like I don't need to be around you 24/7. I'm not clingy. Like even after we get done doing what we do, get the fuck off me. Get
Yeah,
off
that's
Low
that.
key,
That's
yeah.
that.
I don't
That's
like to
that
cuddle.
prenut
I
clarity.
don't like to
Like,
cuddle.
kinda
Yeah,
go away.
that's prenut clarity for
I don't
sure.
like to cuddle,
That's
like-
prenut clarity for sure.
because
No, I
it's
never
also
like
hot
to cuddle
too.
because I get
so-
hot. Yes, I like to.
I mean post nut.
You're right there. I'm
sorry.
right here. Let's just watch
Post-nut
TV.
clarity. That's post nut clarity all the way. Like
Yeah.
literally, once you finish and you've arrived to your station,
No, it's even before.
I'm over
for
it.
me.
I'm
Post
just
nut
over
clarity
it.
will ruin ideas of a house and kids in a second.
Why are we doing this?
I'm good.
This isn't right.
No, damn.
Actually, I have to go now.
I gotta go. I gotta go. This was
Gays
wrong.
are trying to kill me. Oh my
yes.
God. No, and I also one of my best moments, like being a main character in my relationship, and also when I go out to the club, everyone knows me. I spend 20 minutes hugging people, saying hi.
Swear to God. Swear to God. And you know, I like my niggas unknown. I like my niggas
Yeah, me
unknown. I like
too.
my niggas to not be knowing who I am. So when I go out with them, when I go out with my with a guy that I'm talking to, they're like, "Damn, you know everybody." I'm like, "No, they know me.
Yeah.
They know me. I don't know who these people
I'm
are.
not
I
gonna sit
actually
on
don't
fucking
even remember ever seeing these people. I don't
Yeah.
ever remember seeing y'all. But I'm gonna say hi anyway because you know my name, so that means I've met you at some point in life, or you know me and you live for me. So that's all I give a fuck about.
I know if people call me Dion, they only know me through the internet.
Because you ate that.
Lucky,
And you ate that. Everybody thinks that my actual government name is John, spelled Jawn.
Yeah.
And I live.
Hey.
As it should. I was trying to get it to catch one that
lets
bad
me know
anyways.
Who like knows me for real, and like who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
If you come up to me, hey Dion,
Oh, yeah.
I already did the math. Like I don't even need to hear nothing.
Tell me
else.
everything I need to know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What about you?
No, I just love when I walk in the club. Again, people, hi, whatever, and then like just seeing everybody's face turn, their necks break, all eyes on me.
I was talking to someone that's like in the New York nightlife, and we were out at the Eagle, and I was out sitting out on the porch, and we were like talking and catching up because he just came back from New York, and within a 5-minute span, like 4 or 5 people came out to the patio and like gave me a hug and said what's up, and he was like, damn, they came up to you, like it's been 5 minutes, like. It's so nice, low key.
It is nice. It means that what you're doing and what you're pursuing, you're doing it right. Even if it whatever pace it is at, you're doing it right.
I remember I took like one of my older sisters out with me to a club, and I didn't have to pay to get in. They never checked me my bag, and again, I got my own section, and people were just coming up to me saying, "She's like, you got like that."
Hello.
When you're that.
I'm like,
when you're him.
What was it? I was out at Pride.
Do you think that it's possible?
I remember
Okay.
whisper like my mother.
Me and my boyfriend were out at Pride, and and we were sitting out on the patio. I was doing the Perry Wayne underwear booth, and I needed a second because everyone was around me talking to me. So I went and grabbed my little cigarette and went out to the porch, and he came out with me. We were sitting there. People on the street were coming up to me, hugging me, saying hi. He was like, being out with you is like being with the most popular girl in school. I was like, it better be.
Yeah. Live, laugh,
I
and
call
love,
it
bitch.
pretty
know
privilege.
who you with.
There we go.
Not even just pretty privilege, but I feel like it's an aura as well.
No, it's a confidence thing too.
Yeah,
like
it's an aura. Like not only are you hot
It's an
physically,
energy.
but the energy that you give off to people just makes a bitch want to be want to be cool with you so bad. Like they just want to be cool with you, and I feel like
And
that's
it's the way
cool.
to act.
Like I feel like that's the best kind of energy to have. To just be cool with everybody. Everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Gotta
loves
act
you.
like a princess. Always
gotta take care of your
polite,
own,
always nice.
Thank you.
Little wave, support your people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being a sweetheart will get you far too, and being humble.
I think that's the biggest part. That's the biggest
Because
difference
that's
between
what
main
attracts
characters.
people to you once they see, like, again, what you said, your aura, like your positivity, your presence, your vibe.
Your energy.
Vibe is like a huge thing, yeah.
I feel like there's main character syndrome positive and main character syndrome derogatory. And like to keep it in the positive areas, when you have to be like sweet and nice, and like not have to be, but when you are just like sweet and nice, and like everyone knows you, and you talk to everybody because you actually have a genuine interest in that. Like I can spend fucking hours outside. Actually, it happened to me last week. I stood outside of the club for 2 hours talking to motherfuckers, and then the bar closed. You know, stuff like that, you know? But then when you get into I'm trying to even find good examples. It's mostly on social media, but like those examples of people that are just like main charactering in the bad way, kind of being the worst person on purpose.
Okay, yeah. So I was about to say that. So like, I was about to say like, are you like basically saying like people who are actual main characters in their own lives, and then there's people who pretend to be the main character, like you have your pick-me's. I feel like if you are a pick-me, that makes you that puts you on the list of people who think they have the main character
Yeah.
vibe.
I think pick-me's are
I can smell them people out though.
No, I feel like pick-me's are.
You can smell them out, and you could see like
Yeah, you can
physical,
see it. You
even
can smell it. You
at
could just
parties or
you can just
anything.
feel it. Yes, you can.
They're
smell
attention
it.
whores
Yeah, attention whores.
without actually just being able to chill and just, you know.
Do you guys have any moments where you learned to like kind of reel it in with the attention thing or the main character thing? Like any learning lessons?
I feel like I feel like I've noticed times where I was being a little self-centered.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I don't care because I feel like anytime that I'm talking about myself, 9 times out of 10, somebody asked.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, so I'm going to say something. And
Yeah.
when I start rambling is when I start to feel like, am I talking about myself too much? But then I just be like, I don't give a fuck. They asked.
I think there's a difference between being self-centered and mean and uninviting, though. Like, we're the only like, we only know that we exist, so of course this world's all about us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the one that has to live it. You have to live yours. You have to live yours. So it makes sense to be self-centered. But, like, I feel like for me, sometimes, like, I'll get excited in front of people and I'll just be like saying shit and just like going off and just making comments and jokes. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I like hurt this person's feelings, or they didn't get, like, I didn't cater to their like comfortability, or like this and that, or like maybe I said something embarrassing. But I also think life is a stream of embarrassing moments stuck together. But it's like kind of moments like that where you get like the anxiety, like when you're hungover and you're like, oh my God, I made that joke. Moments like that.
Yeah. I try like my best to like.
I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, I try my best to like when I am like in that position to like understand a person, be as humble as possible. Sometimes, if you do stupid shit, I'm gonna laugh. Like you fall and bust your face,
and I'll even let them know,
laugh,
like if they about to do something dangerous or something that could potentially make them fall. I'll be like, if you fall, I'm gonna make sure you're okay.
Not even that.
After I laugh.
Even just like a stranger, like they fall and slip on like a drink or something, I'm gonna laugh. That's the normal thing to do.
I gotta leave the room.
Huh?
I have to leave the room.
I won't.
I'm gonna busting out. Y'all know I was laughing.
It's gonna be because 20 minutes later, I'm gonna think about it again and start laughing again.
But I try my best not to like whatever. I'll just keep it to myself a lot of times. I'll just look and I might smile. I'm gonna be smiling for sure, but I'll just keep it to myself.
Probably chuckle and be like, "Oh, are you okay?"
This bitch done fell.
Just
busted her ass.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. No, I actually almost hurt a kid's feelings by like laughing a little too hard at something he said. Because I forgot what he was talking about. It was earlier in the week when I was at the lake, and the cutest kid I've ever seen in my life comes up to me, and he's like, "You guys have to be safe in the water. There's squids in the water and 200 jellyfish." And I was like, "Just one squid and 200 jellyfish?" And he was like, "Yeah, and the squid is like this big." And he was just going on and on and on. And I was like, "Well, where are the squid's parents?" He was like, "Well, his mom moved away and his dad's dead." And when he said the dead dad thing, that like, I was like, this kid knows too much. And I started laughing. Then the thing was, he was like spitting out facts about squid and jellyfish. And like, okay, maybe he was a little touched.
That means them smart touch kids.
Yeah, maybe he was the smart kind of touch. But he was just going off. And like, I forgot that I was talking to a kid and that I also was being paid attention to. So I'm sitting there almost in tears laughing at this boy talk to me. And I just saw him stop for a second. I was like, I locked in. I was like, okay, tell me about these jellyfish, please, because I need to go tell my friends what's wrong.
Have you guys ever been like that main character, like that people just ask you your opinion, and once you give it, you're the bad guy?
Yes, every time.
You ask my opinion, I don't give a fuck.
Why did you ask
Sorry,
me?
don't ask me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna state
You
the
wanted
truth.
me to like tell you something fake?
And then you want to like
Not even
paint me out to
fake,
be, like, a
but they
bad
want
person.
you to tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah, and that's not gonna happen. I'll tell you
And
the
that's
truth.
why those kinds of people will never have real friends or real connections in life, because y'all are trying to
You're looking for validation.
build this main character vibe for yourself, and it's just not going to work.
If you don't have the
want to be a main
validation-
character, you have to understand it's people out here. If you have a real friend, they're going to tell you if you're wrong. They're going to tell you about yourself. They're going to let you know, clock your teeth, whatever the case may be, you know? But if they don't want to accept that constructive criticism, if they don't want to accept something like constructive criticism, then what are we talking about? Don't ask if you're not ready to get an answer, no matter what kind of answer it is.
I have noticed that being between communities, like Like in our community, we can tell each other what's up and like actually do that and support each other, and it's a good thing, and ask each other's opinions. But like if I'm at, how do I put this? If I'm like with the barista brigade and they start talking about politics and stuff, and they ask for my opinion, and I say something a little bit too like my brother, then like it like turns into a problem, then people are uncomfortable, and then I'm aggressive.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, right. But then like here, it's like we could be up backstage screaming
Yeah.
and laughing, and it's like we're getting work done, and we all care about each other, and we're not gonna be on bullshit because like nothing's gonna get done, and now no one's saying anything and nothing's getting done. We're not resolving any issues. Yeah, no, honest people, our hearts come by, and that's probably why we have the main character syndrome, or the main character titles in our lives anyway, because we are the people probably in our lives that are going to say something ridiculous.
Okay,
Yeah.
then. So now I feel like it's also possible to be introverted, and still be still have
I
that
consider
main
myself
character.
an introvert.
Girl, bye.
Me too, though. I consider.
He said
Him maybe because I don't always know what he's doing day to day, but I could probably see that for him because he's just simply just private as fuck about a lot of stuff.
As I should be.
You, girl, please.
Ain't nothing private about
Right, girl, please. Girl,
Open book,
please.
right.
Introverted my ass, girl. Me and you are both extroverts, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I feel like that's another thing. Like those pick-me's, they want to be what everybody think
they are.
what everybody think that they are, or what everybody is. What everybody is. Like if it's a trend to be an introvert, those
gonna be an
pick-me's are gonna be
introvert.
like, I'm so introverted. Like I don't go out. I don't do this. I don't,
Yeah.
Which actually, speaking of, one of my other things that I think, and it's partially advice too, because I do this, is like every day do something that you're afraid of. Because not only will it get your confidence straight and get you together, but it also like, it wires something in people's brain where like, oh, this person is able to do all these things. They're so amazing. They're so confident. When like, you were scared the whole time. They don't know that, you know? And it's really, really, really good for you. I'm scared of so much less shit now because I woke up one day like 4 or 5 years ago and was like, I'm just going to start doing things. I'm just going to be afraid for the next until I die.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I mean, I'm not afraid of much. What I am afraid of is like little small trivial stuff. Like I'm afraid of the dark. I can't believe I just said that on social media.
No, it's
but
okay.
I'm afraid of the dark, and I'm
Cut the
afraid
lights.
I'm afraid of heights, and I'm afraid of bugs. Those are my top three.
Oh, we afraid of the same stuff. Yeah.
Right. So when you just sat up there and just said do something that you afraid of,
I'm not talking
you
about
couldn't
those.
pay. Yeah. Okay. Period. I'm not a part of that.
I'm talking about scary stuff that
Just
makes me
period.
money.
Just like going out in the world and just doing something.
Like
Gotcha.
I mean, like I did the sketch drawing for the first time like 2 years ago, but that was being naked in front of a bunch of people.
Right.
And like for me, that was like super nerve-wracking and scary until I was naked in front of everybody, and then I was like, well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Well, I commend you on that, and you know, with you being the
I
age
always
you
tell
are,
myself, too.
I commend you on that because with that age, I really
sagging.
hope when I get to that age, I will have that level of confidence. I think I don't have that level of confidence yet to just be able to pose naked in front of people while they draw me or paint me or whatever, what have yous. So I commend you on that. That's actually really tea. Like,
Yeah,
you
the
made
second
that.
time, the last time was easy though, because I already did it.
I would always tell myself like, well, I don't see them up here. They pay me. But
Yes.
I don't see them
And then after you're done with it, everyone's like, oh, I'd have been so scared. But by the time you just did the whole session, you're like, well, I got over halfway through because I'm working, you know? Like, I had to do it regardless.
yeah.
So, okay, wait. So about that, when you're doing it, do you have to stay in one spot or can you rotate poses?
It's, well, at least the way that particular one does it, it's a couple that are 3 minutes, 2 that are 15, and then one that's 30, but you get a break in the middle. I'm not trying to do a break. I'm just going to like readjust myself and say, keep on going. Because being booked and busy, I also have stuff to do after this. So, yeah, let's make this as quick.
I got a tight schedule.
Yeah, like, I got to get somewhere.
Period.
Yeah, do you have any, when you think about releasing music or songs, do you have any of those like scary moments or nervous feelings?
It was very frequent when I first started dropping music. is very apparent when I'm dropping a like an album or a EP, some type of project, because that's like a cluster of songs. So like I feel like I don't really give a fuck what you think about. I've gotten to that point where I just don't care about what anybody thinks about my music. I like it and I'm putting it out so it can be scrapbooked forever. That's why I drop my music now at this point. But I lost my train of thought.
You too young for that to be having. It's you, baby. Do you
I
think
lost
John
my
is
train
lying
of
about
thought.
his age? Yes or no in the comments.
No, bro. Me and Danny was on the phone earlier. What did I not lose my train of thought like 3 times while we was on the phone? Like that was crazy. Well, yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't even remember what I was talking about, to be honest. Oh well.
Well, girl, what about you?
What was the question? Oh my
Actually, the question had
gosh.
nothing to do with you, actually.
Oh, you was talking about
Me,
Well,
at
yes.
Prince Dion on Instagram.
You can find me at DatBoyMani on Instagram.
Period. And it's Can't Kill the John on Instagram with a K.
And
Yeah.
let's
Y'all know I love it. I love it. 1, 2, 3.
Perspective Podcast.
Period. Love that for us.
Oh, Lord.